everything's gonna be alright. And when we get there, I'ma see a pretty, pretty, pretty young thing. I'ma ask her to take my hand, head to the floor, we gon' dance. And when we get there, best believe we're gonna do a two-step. Ain't no drama in here, so don't stress. Step to the right, then side to the left.
Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hopefully a little bit better for you right now. We're back with the latest in sports, fashion, movie reviews, and the best indie music out there. Now later in the show we welcome Tai Hustle. He's a talented artist out of D.C. and he's making some major moves. Plus on Hot Topics we're discussing everything from Ashanti having to cancel a concert because only 24 tickets were sold. Find out what happened behind that. Then Usher, he's out with new music, but he's getting a little backlash, and people think that he may have created a fake account to kind of defend his album, defend the whole SC situation. Then we're talking about the Mega Millions. Everyone's talking about that. They want to win it now. It's up to $1.6 billion. Are you playing? Well, listen. We'll remind you, we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and, of course, our official website, thestephennightshow.com. You can also catch us on Apple Music. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify. Just go to our website, thestephennightshow.com. Look, when we come back, Hot Topics right back after this.
Then we taking over one time.
Man can never suffer, suffer, man can never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. Man can never suffer, suffer, man can never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she checking. I said the trooper she waiting, she checking, she looking like she not know what they are talking. I told her that trouble she causing, the way that she rocking and shaking her too mad. Onina Fatumata, put it on me like she from Kakatai. All the men is scatter, now Benny I want in a chocolate. When you tie your lapa and you wear your skin test, when you rocking your tuma, one day I want marry you, Chamu I want take you, anything you want I give it to you. Take my knee, my money, my car, my clothes, my everything, oh. Suffer, I can never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. Man can never suffer, suffer, man can never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking.
One play you non-see funk, get capping. Like I said before, hunger line blocking. You leave it, another scam and we'll bop it. Grab it, squeeze it with dry face. That the time you will be trying how to catch it. You know you're missing a Casablanca bete. You fix it, 05, trying how to catch. Then you want speed series now till they get. Pretty girl, let me take you out of dinner. I got a cheddar, forgive me, I was a sinner. Gonna be better from January down to December. Take trips, go to spots even in the winter. So sexy, gorgeous and beautiful. Everything that we do is so memorable. I'm feeling you from your head down to your toes. Don't have to speak on it, I'm gonna show.
I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. Man can never suffer, suffer. Man can never suffer. That's the nigga they chasing, but the jupa she checking.
Anytime she walking, the boy them be watching. Anytime she walking, the boy them be jaking. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn, girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn, girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you blow my mind away. Anytime you turn like way, girl, you make me wanting you tonight. Forget, never, you never suffer.
Setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the jupa she jacking. Forget never suffer, suffer, forget never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the jupa she jacking.
Music machine, lyrics.
This that bang right here, K.
Yeah, boy.
Word. Look.
Do you think?
Look. The product of housing tenements. Try blending with the innocent. Yeah. It's to the moon like we chasing stars. Drinks in the air, we about to raise the bar. High Valerian can speak it, then can't eat with us. Dwayne Martin, these is just some seat fillers. Teach, level up there, see the growth. Cryptocurrency, bitcoins to who need the most. Look. Was quick to want squeeze the toast. These days, bout my bread till I see a loaf. Greedy, couple plates, we gon' eat the most. Point game, if we trail, at least we keep it close. Sipping toast, sipping in moderation. It was written in a proclamation. My obligation to the fairest the will. Give food for thought till they cherish the meal. Swerve it and pill. Chicks, notice the squad. I ain't talking foreign exchange when I study abroad. Know the facade. Got us lunching up an Olive Garden. Talking about portfolios and profit margins. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal. Deep slumber, sleep till we see numbers. In a vision, seen it like Steve Wonder. Each summer hit a monetary apex. Lifestyle's much more than having safe sex. Strategic talk, dudes who don't pay chess. That's starving, only getting a taste test. Put the swords, finish wines and poured it. Learn the game from ballers that stay scoreless. Rap we paint portraits. Spitting riddles like we socially awkward. Pyrex jaws to the corporate office. Catapulted movements was flawless. We about to take a sabbatical. Got the bread, the crown's just collateral. We patrolling different avenues. Life's a bitch, used to wanna marry you. Look, it's kinda hard to think practical. Figure simple to new rational. Lack of aptitude, now me down the Georgia Shore. Authoritative, if you spill it, then it's word be law. Coded language, shit you never heard before. Verbal onslaught, like, what do you wanna hurt me for? Dig, I'm a lyrical enthusiast. Mumble rap, meet these niggas with a crucifix. We used to listen with exuberance. Think they bars coming from a lack of tutelage. Throwing jabs like a pugilist. Not the best, I suggest you go review your list. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal.
We're finally here.
Talk to him, K.
We're finally here.
Boy, lyrics, man. K Black the music machine.
We're finally here.
Oh, wow. Feeling this.
We're finally here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo, peace, world. It's the Love King of R&B, Raheem Devon, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Keep it locked right here. Love life.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Miss Parker, how's it going?
Happy Monday. We made it through another Monday, and it's going well. How was your day?
Yeah, I can't complain. You know, so fortunate. I will never complain about a Monday again at this moment when we work from home on Mondays. So, it was a good Monday. I got what I need to get done.
It does help.
It does help. It does. It does. How was your weekend?
Busy. I woke up this morning and I was literally just exhausted.
Yeah, me too.
I got back on Tuesday from out of town for my trip to Colombia, and it just been, on the go.
Since you got back?
Bridal showers, baby showers, birthday parties, and it's been one thing after the other. So after the birthday party celebration for our friend Tammy yesterday, I just relaxed.
Exactly.
And try to catch up on some sleep. It's been great, and I love celebrating other people. So
exactly,
that's part
we had a good time. Yeah. How was your trip to Colombia?
It was great. It was one of probably the best trips I've been on. I love Cartagena, and the only thing is I got to step up my Spanish game.
Yeah,
they
me too.
Speak very little English there.
Oh, okay. How was the food?
Great. It was amazing.
Good.
I think I'm Anthony Bourdain when I travel.
Yep.
So I'll go around eating everything the locals eat. So it was a great food experience as well.
That's awesome. How was your weekend, Chica?
My weekend was very relaxing. I had a very, very hard Friday, and I needed to take it all the way down for the weekend.
I hear that.
Yeah.
It's good to have those chill weekends, if you can. But it's also good to, have a balance, I think. But yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, question of the day is, how would you summarize 2018 so far? Ms. Parker.
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I think the question is a bit premature since we have 2 more months. But
I said so far.
So far. Okay. I think it just growth, just more growth, more understanding of who I am, and more understanding of the people around me, more consciousness towards myself and awareness towards others. More resonating with my own truth. So it's been a year that flew by for me. It went by pretty quickly, but a lot of lessons packed into it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Chike?
The word that first comes to mind is chaotic. There's a lot going on this year.
Okay.
Not all bad. Some of it was good, but it was just a lot of motion, a lot of things in motion this year. Like chaos.
Yeah. I get that. I think you went out on us.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. No, I agree. I think for me, it went by extremely fast, but I had a lot of great experiences this year. I got to go to Hawaii with my family, got to go to my first international trip, DR, and just got to get some different experiences, and also working on myself. I have a therapist who I started seeing last year, and being more open to change and open to people that I care about feedback. You know what I mean? On me and our relationship. So I think that's a big thing. So like Ms. Parker said, we still have 2 more months left in the year. So hopefully we'll go out with a bang. So tweet us at home, Stephen Knight Show, SHO, and let us know how would you summarize 2018 so far. All right. Hot topics. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So Ashanti was scheduled to perform at a college. Let's see. It was Stonebrook University. It was their Back to the Brook concert. They had to cancel the concert because only 24 tickets were sold. Now, what happened was Tiana Taylor was originally scheduled to perform, but backed out 2 weeks before the concert. So they scrambled to find someone else to jump in. They got Ashanti. But because there's only a week really left before the concert, they didn't have enough time to really, promote it. And so they had to cancel. 24 tickets were sold by students. Now, the school did release a statement and they, explaining that, the whole situation with Tiana Taylor and not being able to properly market and promote Ashanti as a new headliner. So they don't blame Ashanti for not, selling out the concert. But I was thinking about this. Do you think Ashanti would have been the right artist to perform at a college?
Not following behind Tiana Taylor. That's not a good replacement for her.
Right. And I think, too, if you read up on the college, the audience there, the people who go to that school, will be more aligned with what Tiana Taylor music is, right?
Right.
There won't be a line. Ashanti is more my age. I'm in my 30s.
Right.
Those are college-age kids, and they're not. It's not a lot of black kids that go to that school.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashanti is mostly a hip-hop and R&B artist.
Exactly.
Which Tiana Taylor is more of a pop artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just set her up for failure anyways. And I think the headlines was unfair.
It wasn't fair
when it came out without the whole story being out in the context of what happened and what school, what the audience were. All of those things matter.
They do.
I'm not a big Ashanti fan, but I felt bad for her because I think the headlines are unfair.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. Yeah, when I first saw it, I said, this can't be true. Who's on 24 tickets? But when I heard the backstory, it made a lot of sense. Especially the fact that, like you said, Ms. Parker, we're in our 30s. We grew up in her era. She doesn't have any hits, from these kids' generation. So even if she did go to perform, they can't sing along to the songs. You know what I mean? So I can go to a concert of someone who you don't even really know their music like that because they weren't really that relevant, while musically relevant while you're in school. So I thought that was kind of not a good pick. But I guess last minute they figured somebody was stepping.
and would have probably
kids are probably thinking that too. Like, I don't know her music.
Right.
So for them, it's like, why would I buy a ticket to somebody that I have, I can't sing along or
exactly
whatever. Yeah, I just think it was a poor replacement, and they should have just canceled and then maybe regroup until they can find somebody who was comparable.
Yeah, I agree. You about to say, Chica?
I was going to say what probably would have happened was people that didn't go to the college would be trying to go to that concert. So you would have older people trying to come on campus to go to this concert to see her.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ashanti, better than that. Well, because she just did a tour with Ja Rule, and that was pretty much, pretty successful for them. So do your thing, Ashanti. Do your thing. All right. So Beyonce and Jay-Z, they, wrapped up their On the Run 2 tour, and they attended the City of Hope Gala and raised over $6 million for charity. The nonprofit organization reportedly held a fundraiser gala to raise funds for its mission to further cancer research and treatment. The Carters partnered with Warner CEO John Platt, and Beyonce even performed at the event where over 1,200 people attended. Amongst those in the attendance included Kelly Rowland, Tiffany Haddish, Quincy Jones, Wiz Khalifa, Timbaland, Usher, and Dr. Dre. What are your thoughts on this power couple and what they're doing?
I don't know why that's hot topic.
No, I think it's good.
They had a benefit concert.
Mm-hmm.
But they always do good. They're
but just to continue to highlight it,
in their community,
right?
Yeah, in their community they do well, and for our community they definitely promote a lot of great things.
Right.
But I have a funny story. A friend of mine said, I guess the concert is over. I guess this is the last show. I hope they ask to stop running. on the run 2.
1, 2, right.
I want to see. I'm trying to see on the run 3.
Right. That is true. That was true. What are your thoughts, Chica?
No, power to them and their people of color. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doing their thing.
Yeah. You just think about the power that they have, that they've created and how they use it for good. And so many, not only just with charities and benefits like this, but also Black empowerment. I believe they built up a neighborhood in Houston after the flood and hurricane. So it's good just to see. Yep. I think it's a good example. Yeah, exactly.
And there's a few scholarships floating out there.
Yeah,
that they sponsor. Yeah.
They gave away a scholarship on their concert. Yeah, they brought the students up on stage. Yeah, I love it. All right, well, the Mega Millions. Now, it was at its highest that it's been in a minute, $1 billion. Now but no one won that, so now it's at $1.6 billion billion dollar, which is now the highest in the U.S. in a while. Now, me and Miss Parker were having a conversation on Saturday. Went to lunch, and I was telling her a friend of mine said his team told him, I believe that if you won, you would still work out your 2-week notice. And I said, he said he probably would because he's passionate about what he does. He works with the youth. For me, I said I'd draft the email with where everything was in terms of, my accounts and all that, and I would send that to my job. Miss Parker, what'd you say?
Yeah, they'll be lucky if I drop off this laptop.
She said
Everything will be changed. But the funny thing is, I'm not even trying to be funny because that's what would happen.
Yeah.
I would have no explanation.
You told me that you would.
Job.
She said she would call me and say, "Steven, come get this laptop. Meet me at 5:00. We're getting out of here."
We're all gone.
But what would you do? What would you do? I'll ask Chike and Miss Parker. You answer next. What would you do if you won that money? What would you do?
I joke around at work and I tell them, "Really, an island?
Sorry.
No, an island for real."
Yes, I want to buy an island because I really believe in people having downtime. There are so many people who've never traveled, who've never left the U.S., who've never experienced relaxation, never experienced the ocean. I think that all that stuff can be really healing. And people just don't have the money or the opportunity to do that, to do those things. So I have family members and friends that the island will be where people can come out. Now, y'all can't stay. You can come for a few days. You can come from, I'll fly out for a few days. Maybe on everybody's birthday will be their treat. So I'm out for a few days. Let them have some relaxation. Let them see something else. Let them experience, how it is to just lay around or do some, whatever activities is on the island. But I will buy a piece of land that can hold, hundreds of people in case I don't know. I just want people to experience travel. And if it's one place that I don't know where it would be and how far, it would probably be somewhere really far because I want people to truly travel. I want to be like going to the Bahamas or anything.
Right.
But I think that'll be a gift to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
An experience for them.
Yeah.
So on everybody's birthday, I fly them out, and I think that'll be great.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Chike?
I don't know. I would probably buy the hospital. I would own it.
That'd be yeah. Okay.
I mean, because I would have to continue to make money, and I have interest in healthcare.
Right.
So yeah, I would buy it.
Yeah. I think for me, I would.
That money just sitting there will make its own money, and then
right.
You can have the interest go to the hospital or charities. That's what I would do. I would have the interest in money just sitting there because $1 million interest a year on $1 million is like $50K just on 1 million. So imagine having $1 billion or maybe $400,000, $300 million in there. What that interest would be. All of my interest would just go to charities, different charities, the homeless, all over the world. I just have charities set up where all the interest just go to those charities.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. I'd say for me, what I would do first, I would have to get my mind right, and then I would quit my job. I would start a foundation. I don't know what it would be dedicated to yet, but I would start something, and I would have people work it for me. But I would also get a financial advisor. You know what I mean? I look out for my family and a few friends. And, I don't know. It's just, imagine that much money. Just imagine how your life would just change. Your life would change. I really need a therapist for that, though. Because they said that, when you become rich, it just maximizes who you are as a person. And obviously, I think I'm a good person, but we all have our issues. So I don't want those, match with my millions or billion, whatever. All right, well, it's only $2 a ticket, but the odds of someone winning, matching all 6 numbers, is 302.5 million chance. 1 in 302 million. But it's worth it. Become a billionaire. All right, Usher. So Usher had quite a rough couple of years. He's been dealing with a scandal behind allegedly transmitting herpes to unsuspected women. Well, he, of course, moved on with his career, and he recently released a trap album. It's either album or EP, I can't remember. And a lot of his fans felt that he was kind of having a midlife crisis, just turned 40. They want to hear the Usher music they're used to, you know, some of his dance stuff and some of his baby making songs. They say he was having a midlife crisis. Well, apparently he's being accused of creating a burner account on Twitter, so that anytime someone says something negative about the album or about herpes, he goes in on them. That account attacks that, you know, defends them pretty much. He has his camp has vehemently denied this, but the account has been deleted. Now he says again he had nothing to do with it, but Twitter apparently does not believe that. The people on Twitter, they've been making comments, tweeting comments. I was reading some of them. It said Usher got a burner account, and they were showing of where the account was going in and responding to the negative press. Someone said, no. Well, they were just showing where he was just speaking. You just have to go on the website and see it. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that he did make this account to defend himself? Is this free PR, or do you think that he's having been like Price by coming out with a trap album? What are your thoughts?
Miss Parker?
He may be going through a midlife crisis. I mean, that is something that does happen. And I think these celebrities just get really tired of being bashed on social media. Imagine how challenging it is when we find out one of our friends, two of our family members, been talking about us. Just in real life, right?
Yeah.
Imagine thousands of people speaking about your personal life, your health, and all those things. I mean, so I can see why someone could lose their mind and create an account and all kinds of stuff can go down, really. But I will say this. I think that these celebrities need to just have a publicist or a social media specialist, expert, take care of their social media presence, because it does help their business, their music, their movies, whatever. But personally, they need to stay off of it. Yeah. Or turn their comments off. I don't understand why celebrities refuse to turn their comment off.
Yeah.
Why would you leave your comments on with thousands of people you don't know commenting on your personal life, and you know how it's affecting you? It's not affecting in a positive way. It's an easy setting, but I think somehow it feeds their egos. So the good comment feeds their egos, and then the bad one breaks it down. That's toxic.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Chica?
All right. So I think that him having that type of an account is no different than the start of the Beehive. It all starts out with an account and a person defending whomever, and then it catches on. I'm sure Usher still has fans out there that will go toe-to-toe with people for him. I want to believe that for him. As the album is concerned, I listened to it, and I was a little upset because I'm an Usher fan. I was a little upset at the music because that's not really what I want to hear from Usher. And I do believe that maybe he just threw something out there to see where he was with the public, because you haven't really heard from him since all this scandal came out.
Right.
And I think that he was testing the waters just to see, what the temperature was, and not necessarily put out any great material that we know him to bring.
But don't you think he would test the water with like an R&B single, or
no?
He didn't have to release a whole album, just one song, just to see.
Well, in order for him
he's not really testing his audience. He's testing new music that he's never done. That wouldn't be representative of the audience.
That's true, but I think he's also testing out just what the public perceives of him, and I don't think that he would waste just trying to see what the temperature is. His good stuff, and it failed. He's not going to do that. And in the good stuff, you pay the good producers. Not saying that this wasn't produced right. I'm not putting down any producers that worked on this latest project. But I'm just saying, for a big album release under a label, this is something that was under the radar. This wasn't your regular release. It was a surprise album. He just dropped it. He didn't have to go through labels. He didn't have to go through selecting tracks through an executive, A&R situation. He just dropped it just to see.
Yeah, I do kind of believe that this account was created, the burner account, because it's deleted now since him and his reps have denied doing it. I think it's okay as an artist to experiment with different types of music. Trap is kind of hot right now, but I do think that he probably should have. It's okay if you do some trap songs, but also put some songs that people have known you for to do as well. Because you never want to isolate your core group, your core group of fans. You want to give them something they can love while also maybe trying something new. But the album's called A, if anyone wants it, and I should keep doing your thing. All right, so last story. Miss Parker's airline's called Ryanair. Is that correct? Ryanair? Have you heard of that?
No, what is it?
Okay, it's an airline. Well, anyway, they're catching a lot of flack because of an incident that happened on Friday from a flight going from Barcelona to London. An older white man apparently had an issue because a 75-year-old black woman was sitting in the same row as him. He yelled at her, "Don't talk to me in a foreign language." She was Jamaican, by the way. "Don't talk to me in a foreign language, you stupid, ugly cow. You ugly black bastard." Well, a passenger was filming it. His name is David Lawrence, and he filmed it. And he told Newsweek that he was unhappy with the airline's response, which described absolutely incompetent and unprofessional. So, and he thinks that they don't care. The airline doesn't care. What happened was the flight attendants, they tried to, diffuse the situation, but instead of kicking the racist passenger off the plane, because they were all boarding when this happened, they moved her. And so, since then, the airline has come out and said that they have turned over the issue to the police. What are your thoughts?
I saw the video floating around. I just haven't had the heart, or I can't be in a space all the time of like watching these things, because I think it does something to your psyche, and I think it's programming us to see these things as okay and common.
Yeah.
So I am mindful of when I watch things and how it resonates with my spirit. So I haven't been able to, but I saw it floating around, and I read an article. I read briefly an article or a caption of an article about it. That's how I knew the lady was moved instead of the gentleman.
Right.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think that these airlines employees need to be better trained on how to handle situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
Under no circumstances were they supposed to be, and I don't want to say on his side, but come across as if they were being neutral to the situation. There is no neutrality in that situation.
No.
He was in the wrong, and he should have been, and that should have been very clear from their actions that was outrageous and not acceptable.
Yep.
And that they should have done something that stood out and said that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very disappointing. I've never even heard of the airlines, but I guess it's probably an airline that travels between Barcelona and just Europe.
Right.
Barcelona and London, and not the U.S. But it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Chica?
To say the least.
Yeah, and I agree with Ms. Parker. Now, if they had removed the lady and put her in first class, we could be talking about something else.
No, that would have been good.
Move her off of the plane?
No, they didn't move off the plane. They just moved her out of the seat.
They moved to another seat.
To another seat, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That was, it's crazy.
Yeah, they should have made it clear that his behavior was unacceptable. And this is when they were boarding?
Yeah, when they were boarding. Yep. Because people are still getting on the plane.
Yeah, I would have asked him to leave. He would have to get off the plane.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. They need to compensate her, give her a free ticket or something, because it was embarrassing. He's hollering, screaming top of his lungs.
And she needs to be giving her a public apology.
Yeah, I agree.
That airline needs to issue a public apology.
I agree.
Unless they're just as racist as that gentleman, which is possible.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully not. If, by the way, I forwarded to you, Ms. Parker. If you have not seen Niecy Nash, who is actress, comedian, created a video. It's a PSA for racist white people who called the police on black people for doing normal things. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. So check that out if you're online. It's hilarious. It came out today.
I saw it. It was on the Shade Room. Send it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
hilarious.
Exactly. Last thing, so Mariah Carey announced that she's going on tour February of next year. So she has a new album coming out next month, and she's going on tour to promote that. Toni Braxton recently announced that she's going on tour as well, and she's bringing SWV with her. Which concert would you go see?
I think I'm good on all of them.
Chicken, would you see either one?
I've never seen Mariah. I've seen Tony.
Uh-huh.
Either or.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mariah, so I'll probably see Mariah.
Yeah.
But Tony puts on a good show. You know, that's a Vegas girl. She gives you a good show.
Exactly.
Well, Mariah, you be sitting there watching her walk across the stage with no energy.
Oh, Miss Parker.
Well, congrats to both of them, and I hope they both have successful tours. Miss Parker, thank you so much for Hot Topics. Cheeky, I'll see you in movie reviews.
Yes, sir.
All right. Right back after this.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Good night. Right back after this.
I got something that's on my mind, and I ain't trying to waste no time. You got everything I like. Come over here, I wanna bite. Girl, you know that you got it right. Girl, I'ma curve the rest of the night. Have it dance, let me see. Blow them candles off that cake. Take you home and get you right. Girl, you know I'm about that. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Girl, keep twerking that back. Turn a nigga on when you do it like that. You making that thing to the thunder club. Got me thinking about you throwing it back. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. I'm thinking it's about that time. Going to your hotel or mine. Got my attention and watching you grind. Baby girl, you can just spend the night. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Come on, girl, let's make a movie. I'll sit back and watch you do it. Take your time, girl, don't be shy. We gon' make it hit tonight. Girl, you know that you got it right. Girl, I'ma curve the rest of the night. Have it dance, let me see. Blow them candles off that cake. Take you home and get you right. Girl, you know I'm about that. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Girl, keep twerking that back. Turn a nigga on when you do it like that. You making that thing to the thunder clap. Got me thinking about you throwing it back. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. I'm thinking it's about that time. Going to your hotel or mine. Got my attention and watching you grind. Baby girl, you can just spend the night. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Keep twerking that back. Turn a nigga on when you do it like that. You making that thing to the thunder club. Got me thinking about you throwing it back. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. I'm thinking it's about that time. Going to your hotel or mine. Got my attention and watching you grind. Baby girl, you can just spend the night. And I said, ayo, 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 ayo.
Like all over our sweethearts. Self-discovery, lesson learned, we on our Alfred Hitchcock. East Coast hard, West Coast hard. Rest in peace to pop, poetic hip-hop. Round and round we go. Life cycle, tick-tock, it's me. Someone an anomaly. First degree of hip-hop hypocrisy. Never fit in what you motherfucking label me. As I sit back and watch, never interject. Money in the bank with the ill concept. Vision is clear, never gets complex. Chillin' on the scene like Peace Hotel. For the 1800 and vanilla coke. Sit back and chill, maybe even smoke. Summertime lounging, good to go. Chillin' at the beach, that's how we roll. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it. Just like sexy, baby. We be the scene stealers, way back as stealers. Hollywood hill real dealers, no filters. Lounging in the cut with the cold chillers. Twisted on the sun, propaganda for fun. Run, forest, run, dream builders. Fly establishment, clean with fresh kicks. Good evening, sunbathing where the money went. Harlem bars, Harley stars, two twisted Uber cars. Stripper poles, diamond gold, church basket, top and hold. Private gyms, salty ribs, exclusive diamond fold. Friends, purple label, more stable. Life coach, now you're able. Cabotins, spa stands, freaky hints. But yo, where the money, where the make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy.
Scene stealers, Hollywood heel dealers. Lounging in the cut with the big willers. Rocking clean whips and fresh kicks. Harlem bars, Harley stars, twisted Uber cars.
Car ride by with the booming system. Throwback vibe with a good intention. Lover who you are, don't be scared to mention. Chillin' with my beats, no ill pretension. Catch the waves, dancing days, Sundays, fun days, Fridays, payday, make money any day. Whatever you do, love it and be free. And remember, I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, baby. Make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, make it fly high. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy. Make it sexy, baby.
The vulnerable one.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the First Lady Faith Evans, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest is a talented rap artist out of Brooklyn, New York. He is signed to Swagged Out Records and has over 350,000 followers on Twitter. Please help me welcome the very talented Tai Hustle. Welcome to the show.
What's good? What's good? It's your dude, Tai Hustle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely appreciate you taking time out your schedule. So listen, for those who living under a rock haven't heard of you, tell us a little about your background and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Pretty much a few years back, like around 2007, I was signed to like a indie deal with a record label out in Brooklyn, an independent record label out in Brooklyn, and just a bunch of street guys trying to make music, and they trying to put records out. Anyway, we were just going to the studio, recording music, but nothing wasn't being put out. You know, and after a while, I kind of started to feel like, I'm here working hard, making good records, and I'm not getting anywhere.
Right.
So, kind of decided that I would venture off and move on, and started doing things on my own. Anyway, fast forward to like 2013, because of all that stuff I went through and trying to get out that contract, I kind of decided to fall back with music.
Yeah.
And so one day I actually ran into this guy, and he was mixing a record. He was actually assisting Just Blaze from Rockefeller. Yeah. And he was mixing a record for Sean Paul and 2 Chainz.
Okay, yeah.
So, I spoke with him, and he was like, "Yo, let me hear what you sound like." So I started rapping for him. He heard what I sound like, and it was like, "I want to do a mixtape with you, and I'll record you for free. I'll, provide the beats. I'll bring in a couple producers, and I'll get it all done for you." Anyway, we went into the studio. We started working on some records, and I felt like the records were coming out good, but the process was like super slow because remember, he's doing it for free, so he's like doing it
exactly
in his spare time. So when he's not working, when he's not in the studio, he had like a home studio. I would go to the home studio on certain days and record tracks or whatever. So I said to him, "Listen, I like the fact that you wanted to record me for free and all that stuff, but I'm kind of like energized about making music again. So what I'll do is I'll pay you for the studio time, the production, everything like that, the mix and mastering." So what he said to me was, "All right, it's $250. So, we went in there and we recorded the songs, and we finished, and we had about 13 songs. And I'm figuring that, everything is like $250.
Right.
So he said to me, "Nah, it was $250 per song."
Oh.
So we had like 13 songs. Said it was like $250. So at the time, I wasn't really doing anything. So,
right. Yeah.
Me paying you $250 per song was like a stretch.
Exactly.
So he said to me, I like what you got going on. I like your your sound and what your music is like. What I'll do is, we can record these songs, finish them, master them, and I'll take 20% off, whenever you get signed."
Okay.
So I said to him, I can't do that. I don't know what I'm going to get if I sign a record deal or whatever. So I can't promise you 20%. So he's like, "Well, I don't know." So, being from Brooklyn, I'm like, I can't pay you, $3,000 and something for these 13 songs.
Exactly.
But, what I can do is I can give you this $250 I have, and we call it a day, but I can't let you keep my record. So he thought about it, and he's like, all right, give me the $250 and we call it a day.
Wow, that's
dope. The record. Yeah. So, that was really big on his part. So I gave him the $250, took the records, and I put the records up on SoundCloud, and, I didn't even release the records like officially.
Right.
I just put them up on SoundCloud, and people started liking them, listening to them or whatever. This one guy from out in Cali, in the Bay Area, you know, heard the music and was like, yo, I want to do a mixtape with you. You know, but I want to fly you out to Cali. You know, I pay for studio time, your room and board, everything, you know, your meals, whatever, and just record this song. Record the songs and make an album. So I went out there and I recorded about eight or nine songs. 8 or 9 songs, and we kept 8 songs for the project called God of Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's out now. The reason I kind of named it God of Brooklyn was I had a issue and a little kind of beef with Mano that the same time I announced that I'm going to drop a project called King of Brooklyn, that's why now before I put out a project, I released the title last minute.
Right, yeah.
So I put out, you know, that I'm going to drop a project titled King of Brooklyn. Same time he came out with the King of Brooklyn shit. So I was like, fuck it. I just named, I don't know if I could curse.
Yeah, you're all right.
I just decided to name my project God of Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I dropped it and, you know, people was loving it. Started getting a whole bunch of interviews, you know, featured on blogs. Featured on a lot of blogs overseas.
Right.
People playing the music. You know, I was doing like 3 interviews a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in studio, interviews over the phone. You know, wherever it was, wherever I was getting an interview, people were showing me love. I was showing love. I was doing crazy drops. You know, trying to get my thing going.
Exactly. What year was this about?
This was about 2014.
Okay.
So then 2015, I was like, you know, after all this time in the contract, I'm like behind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The music is good, but my social media presence is like almost, you know, not really there or whatever.
Right.
So I spent the whole year, 2015, I didn't drop any new music. I just kept pushing the album for the whole 2016 and building up my social media. You know, I would go out in the streets and I would sell the projects and I would tell people, yo, follow my page, like my page. And people started liking the page and coming to the page and visiting the page, and I would get like, you know, other people in the industry liking the page.
Right.
And then I spoke to DJ K Slay.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yo, you know, I'll play your record. And so I had this record called Getting Money that I thought was like, at the time, I don't think it was my strongest record.
Right.
Because there was this record called Carmelo Anthony that was doing much better. But King of Getting Money is the project that stood out the most.
It stood out. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like the most personal song.
Mm-hmm.
The whole project. So, you know, I was like, yo, play this record. So he played the record on Hot 97, and he played it on Shade 45, you know, and people were just showing me love and everything like that. Then I had someone from Columbia Records reached out to me and said they wanted a demo, and I think like I got that email like a week later.
Okay, yeah.
So I got the email like a week later, and I tried to reach out back to them, and I don't know, just you know, wasn't, I don't know if they felt like I wasn't interested or whatever, but it just, the same energy that the email had just wasn't coming back after that week.
Right, yeah.
I think that's the same, around the same time they signed Russ.
Okay.
He was like somebody else that was like heavy on SoundCloud, so I don't know if that was like, you know, they reached out to a bunch of people and it was like, yo, let's go with him.
Right.
You know, this guy didn't hit us back, let's go with him. So fast forward to like 2016, I started dropping a bunch of singles. You know, 2017, I dropped a project called Brownsville.
Okay, yeah.
It was like dedicated to Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
The songs was tight, but the production was a little off. You know, I had like an issue with the producer. everything I do is like hands on.
Right. Okay.
So, I arrange everything. I A&R my stuff. I executive produce my stuff. I'm there with the producer, just working on a sound.
Exactly.
But he didn't get the sound quite right, but it was somewhat of what I was looking for. So I just put it out anyway. I was like, let the people have this, and just kept dropping singles. So now, at this point where I'm at now, I'm coming out with a new project, which is dropping January the 23rd, 2019.
Okay.
And I don't know entirely yet how many records I'm going to have on it, but right now I have 6 solid records and the intro. So the project is going to have at least 7 songs.
Right.
But there may be like about 8, 9, 10 songs on there, and maybe an intro, an outro, and a skit and an interlude. So it's gonna be packed in solid stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you know when you're working on a project? How do you know when it's complete?
For me, I don't know about anyone else, but for me, I always look for a sound.
Okay.
So whether it's when I was working on God of Brooklyn, I was looking for a 90s sound but more updated.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Brownsville, I was looking for a more underground hip hop sound.
Right, right.
And just to like reconnect with my core.
Represent Brooklyn, right? Yeah.
Right. And then this project that I'm working on now, it's basically a world sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's alternative. It's hip hop, and it's trap. So it's like everything in there.
Okay. Yeah.
So with this song, as far as knowing when it's complete, I have a bunch of records that I feel like capture every audience or the audience that I'm trying to reach.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So on this project, I have a track for the club.
Mm-hmm.
Got a track for the street. I got a track for the world music. I got a track for the alternative. I got a track for reggae. I got a track for pretty much every
genre.
audience that there is.
Yeah,
every audience, and the dope thing about this project is that every record sounds different. You're gonna listen to the records and you're gonna be like, yo, that sound like every record sound like a totally different person.
Right.
Every record sound like I have at least one, but could be like I have 3 dudes rapping on the same record, but it's just me.
Right, taking on different. Yeah, yeah.
So with this record, it's a whole bunch of different flows, a whole bunch of different styles, a whole bunch of different topics. That the album is just like a whole concept of like just like a whole person.
Yeah, yeah. Multi-dimensional.
Levels, right. There's so many levels and dimension to each person, and I'm giving a piece of me as much as I can reach down. So there's songs with talking about pain. There's songs about anger. There's songs about hustling. There's songs about love. There's songs about death. There's songs about having fun. There's a record for everyone.
It's like life. It's different, the ins and outs of life. Yeah, yeah.
Basically, just my real life.
Exactly. Well, I know back in May you released Work, but now you have 2 new songs. You have Kill Me and Night Nurse. Tell us about those 2 songs.
Right. Work was like a dope record that a dude, a producer from out in Pennsylvania, reached out to me and was like, I said something on Twitter, and then he said something funny, and then he laughed about it. So me, I take my music very serious. So if I say something about my music and you laugh or you put a smart comment, I want to see what you about. So I was like, yo, I wrote something back to him, and he was like, nah, I was just playing with you. I was just trying to get your attention.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck it, you got my attention.
You got it now, right?
Right? So he was like, yo, I want to make you a record. So he made a record, and he made work. He sent me a beat. He sent work, and I recorded over work. He sent it to Atlanta, and we got it mixed. And then when we came back, it was just like a tough record, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tough record. Everybody was loving it. It was like, you know, everybody was fucking with it. It was like, yo, you know, you need to put out some more records, maybe make an album. But at the same time, people was asking for like a reggae sound from me because my background is Jamaican.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, people kept saying they wanted a reggae sound, and I was like, you know, I was always against doing like a reggae sound. So, because you know, I'm doing hip hop, not doing reggae.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, I decided, you know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try, you know, my hand at doing reggae, but with kind of a little twist on it. So I came up with the record called Night Nurse.
Okay.
And it's inspired by that song by, I think it's a reggae artist. It was inspired by Night Nurse. That's the actual record.
Okay, yeah.
And so, you know, I kind of talked about similar things, but it has like a hip hop feel to it, but a reggae feel at the same time. And it just got into about, you know, talking about how my girl is nice and she's my night nurse and she knows exactly how to get me right, just like that song.
Okay, yeah.
I think that song was by Gregory Isaacs.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And then I had another. I wanted to do another record, and you know the producer is a producer from out in Germany. He's sick, called D-Saw. He's sick. He's sick with the trap beats, with the hip hop beats. He's just crazy, bananas.
Okay.
So, you know, he was like, "Yo, I want you to do a street hardcore record, because you know that's like my roots or whatever." So it's like, I want you to do a street hardcore record. So then I came up with Kill Me, and Kill Me is just a record that's aggressive from start to finish. Every line, every punchline, every verse, every the hook.
It's one of those goes hard kind of tracks.
About that record, yeah, it's just hard. It's just a tough record. So, you know, I decided I'm gonna push that record as the main single.
Okay.
And you know, then figure out what's gonna be the second single or the third single. But right now, that first single is "Kill Me." And I actually just shot a video in Jamaica.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I recently went to Jamaica.
I think I saw on your Instagram. Yeah, you were in Jamaica. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And we shot a video there. So now the video is being edited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully soon, maybe in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, I'll be dropping that record for everyone. So you're actually playing this record. Actually, the first person premiering this record.
Yeah, well,
Kill Me.
Kill Me. We definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. We're definitely playing it after this interview. Now, tell us again when the project comes out. The project comes out January.
So the project comes out in January 23rd, 2019.
Okay, cool.
It's actually, the whole project is actually inspired by that dude that passed, XXX Tentacion.
Yeah. That was
so
sad.
What happened with listening to his project, I was listening to his project and just kind of his project 17, and I listened to his project, question mark. Listening to his project, the first project 17, I understood how it came about, where you don't have a whole lot of money for studio time,
right?
And you don't have time to go in there and just sit down and say, you know what, let me figure out a style I want to give or a certain sound. So you go in there, you make as many records as you can, and a lot of times the records come out sounding totally different.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, because when you're a new artist, you're still trying to find your sound, and whatever sound the people latch on to and the fans like they love, you know, that's your sound.
That's what you stick with, yeah. It's true. It's
right,
true.
so, you know, basically that's how you find your sound. So when I heard his project and he wasn't sticking to just like one sound, you know, I was like, you know what? That's my style. I don't have one sound. You know, I'm a rapper, but I also write songs, you know. So I don't have one sound or one style, because I know a lot about, you know, the process of writing a song where, you know, you have the intro or the hook, the verse,
pre-chorus,
bridge,
yeah, exactly.
Outro, you know, the whole organization of the song.
Yeah.
So from listening to him, I decided that, you know, I'm gonna put out a project that tells my full story, tells my whole body, tells my whole soul who I am, without limiting me to like one style or one sound. Because I used to always give that street sound, but on this, I'm doing a whole bunch of different styles.
Right.
You know, I even got a little techno EDM mixed up in that hip hop. You know, you have the street, you have the East Coast sound, you got the trap sound, you got the world sound, you got some reggae. So, you know, definitely making it a whole complete project of different feelings and emotions and styles.
Okay.
So that's where the project came from. I have a title right now, but I'm not going to put it out there just yet. I think I'll be releasing the title around January.
Okay.
So like around
before the project.
You know, maybe a week or so before I drop the project. I don't want anybody stealing the name.
Exactly.
The title is real controversial.
Okay.
Either I believe, you know, half the people gonna love it and half the people gonna hate the title, and it's gonna be arguing and whatever, you know. So it's just part of the marketing plan. On the project now.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, listen, before I let you go, I want to get your opinion on a couple of hot topics we've been talking about on the show. Okay.
Sure, no doubt.
All right, your boy Kanye West. Now, you know, he had announced earlier this year that he was bipolar, and he explained some of his recent behavior. And so it seemed like he was doing a lot better, and then now he's walking around wearing the Make America Great hats again. And even one time he had that hat on as well as a Colin Kaepernick hat. He's talking about trying to make a meeting between Trump and Colin Kaepernick. He's talking about amending the 13th Amendment. But he came out recently and said that he's off his meds because it allows him to be more creative, and he's the God that he always thought he was. What are your thoughts on everything that's going on with Kanye right now? Do you think that it's time for people to kind of let him go, leave him alone, you know, cancel him, or what do you think about all that?
I mean, I don't think it's a few types of people that I don't fuck with in my regular life. I don't fuck with in my business life.
Yeah.
I don't deal with on any level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're like a pedophile, a rapist,
right?
You know, you a snitch. You know, cops I don't mess with on certain levels. I try to stay away from them. So those people I don't mess with in my daily life, and those people I canceled out my life.
Right.
But as far as somebody having an opinion and speaking their mind, because I don't get that he's speaking in a hateful way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think for the most part he's uninformed, and he's picking the wrong side from where I'm looking at.
Right.
You know, I'm not about racism, and I'm not about, you know, separatism. I'm not about separating people and you know, treating one set of people like they're better than the other.
Right.
You know, because I came from nothing, and if, you know, for me to come from nothing and not show people love and care about people, then that'll make me a hypocrite.
You know?
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Because I'm always talking about coming up from the struggle. That's what my main message is about, coming up from the struggle and making something of yourself. So I just think that he's misinformed. I think that he should he should maybe step aside or turn down the rhetoric or whatever he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as canceling him, I think people should just let it be.
Right.
If you feel like you don't want to listen to his music or mess with him on a certain level, then that's up to you.
Right.
As far as me, I just feel like if you have usually certain people that when they're going too fast or they're doing too much or they're saying a whole lot about nothing, at a point they're gonna self-destruct.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
They're gonna self-destruct. So I'm the type of person if you're not messing with me or causing me problems or stopping my money directly, I kind of just stay out your way. So I feel like people should just stay out his way. Maybe not give him all those platforms to preach those messages that he's doing or he's preaching.
Yeah.
But eventually I think he's going to self-destruct, and I think he's going to self-destruct in the worst way than any one of us saw before.
That's true. Let me ask you about your girl Cardi B. Now, Cardi B, she's gotten a lot of success, over the last couple of years, and so, she got into it with Nicki at the the Fashion Week, whatever, where a lot of heavy hitters were there, and then recently she got in a fight in the club in August at a strip club because she thought the chick had slept with Offset. Do you think that because now that she's become more of a household name, do you think that she can tarnish her image by becoming unpredictable, knowing that she could fight anywhere? What do you think about that?
I mean, Cardi B, she's a Libra like myself.
Okay.
And when you're a Libra, your energy is so authentic and so real,
right, that
it's hard to. It's real hard to cover it up and pretend and fake it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they describe us as like a volcano with a piece of ice over it, like just like an ice cube above a volcano.
Right.
The minute we get to that, you take us to that point, it's just destruction. We lose control and we just let loose, and we can't give you nothing but that authenticity. And if anger is what we feel right now, you're gonna get 100% anger. If love is what we feel, you're gonna get 100% love.
Okay. Yeah.
What I've done in my personal life is that, as a Libra, certain weaknesses you have. You want a certain level of balance, a certain level of being able to make decisions, and a certain level of when you have that energy where a situation makes you angry, you're able to fall back. So me, if the situation is not stopping my money, I set certain rules for myself. If it's not stopping my money, it's not threatening my life, it's not threatening my family, people I love, then I don't address it so much. And with the industry, a lot of it is fake.
Right.
So the
it's
energy
true.
that I felt like Nicki was throwing at Cardi B, I felt like Nicki would have been talking all day, every day, but she would have never done anything physical.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Right. So you gotta understand that when somebody's giving you that kind of energy and it's a fake energy. Not saying Nicki is fake. I don't know her personally.
Right.
But that's just industry energy she's giving. She putting music on record. If I have real beef with you, we're not making no records. I'm gonna see you when I see you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like she needs, at this point, she just chill and fall back. And if it ain't hurting your immediate, just leave it alone, because you're gonna mess up your money. Because she looked crazy with that knot on her forehead.
Yeah.
That just looked crazy.
Right.
And certain people, those people that she was around. Those people ain't street people. I've been around those people.
They're not.
They're not
right.
street people. Those are the type of people you smack, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, he
right,
right." Somebody do something.
Call the police. Yeah.
That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna act like you smacking them is an after effect when you're standing right there.
That's true.
So it's nothing to prove. Just keep it moving, keep doing your thing. You're making buku of money.
Right.
You know, just fall back.
Exactly. You know? I agree. Tai, tell everybody where they can keep up with you on your social media. I know you got thousands and thousands of followers. Where can keep up with you?
You know, you follow me on social media, and don't get it wrong. I appreciate every follow. I appreciate every follow. If you at me, I'm gonna at you back. If you hit me in my DM and it's something important, it's something something that makes sense. You know, not just like yo, what up?
Right.
You know,
right.
if you saying something and you hit me in my DM, I'm gonna hit you back. So you know, no matter how many followers I have, you know, it could have been 100, it could have been 100,000. I appreciate everybody that showed me love and rock with me, because you know, this is what I love doing, and this is how I feed my family.
Most definitely.
So you know, you find me on social media. Everything is the same at Tai Hustle. That's TAIHUSTLE. Again, that's TAIHUSTLE. Right now, you know, most of my pages are verified. Not yet verified on Instagram, but you know, working on it. That should happen in a little bit, in a short while. So, you know, look for the check marks, and you will know it's me. But if it's not there, then you know, TAIHUSTLE. If you feel it's me or you don't feel it's me, you want to know, you know, just at me, and I hit you back, and I let you know what's up. You know, but show me love, and I show you love right back.
Most definitely. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule. I wish you all success with your new music, your new project coming out in January. Again, we'll be playing his new single, Kill Me, right after this. So, Tai, man, continue success and keep doing your thing.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for the interview, and much love to the Stephen Knight Show.
Most definitely. And we'll be right back after this.
Kill me flow, kill me, this that kill me flow, kill me, make you flow. Kill me. This that kill me flow. Kill, baby, kill, baby.
Don't make me wait, no. Don't be afraid, no. I'm a big boy, I'ma eat everything on my plate. Oh, don't be ashamed, no. I know you ain't got your face on, but I love it in the morning. Inside your legs ain't nothing like baking hot cakes and eggs. Oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. If you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get it. Oh, you can't get away, get away. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast. Some call me loco, but I need it all so bad. When you give it early in the morning, got me twitching. Eyes roll back when I'm staring at the ceiling. Girl, you and I, how many licks just to get to your center? When I beat that batter, girl, I'ma fry them cakes with a cast iron skillet. You wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. If you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get up. Oh, you can't get away, get away. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Baby, I could go hard like this all day. It feels so good when we shake and bake. When you curl your toes and you grab my hand, this is the sound when we baking, man. You wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. If you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get up. Oh, you can't get away, get away. In my bed. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed.
All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Ricardo Grim Haunt in the airwaves. Right now, you listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Hey, don't go to sleep without saying your prayer.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Chike, you're holding down movie reviews Solo tonight.
Yeah. So, of course, you know I saw Halloween, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, just to put things in perspective, Halloween was an original film by John Carpenter. It came out in 1978. That's when the original came out. The original sold 30 million tickets back in 1978 for the box office weekend. And this Halloween, the re-release with the original Scream Queen herself, Jamie Lee Curtis, revisiting her role as Laurie Strode in the 2018 version. Now, we are some years down the pike, long way from 1978, and this movie has endured sequels and quadruples. And I don't even know what number this is. I think they did 20 years in. There was a 20 years in one, and we're still going. We're at 2018. This movie was actually good. I enjoyed it. I was surprised. I was very surprised. And I do remember Jamie Lee saying that she would not do another Halloween unless it was really interesting to her. And they got her back in the Laurie Strode seat, and it's phenomenal. If you're a Halloween fan, you will definitely enjoy this movie. There was even parts where people were cheering for Michael. Like it's really cool. It's a cult classic. The box office weekend was 79 million. So basically, they can continue if they want to, because with the pen and the paper, your imagination is limitless. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. But I don't want to give away the end. Go watch it and then you tell me what you think about the ending and if there could be more. But it's definitely the blood, guts, and gore, and Michael's in full effect.
Yeah.
And, check it out.
Well, shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis. She made history by it's the biggest debut ever for a horror film with a lead lady, and the biggest debut ever for any film with a female lead over 55. She's turning 60 this year, so I mean, kudos to her. Kudos to her.
Yeah. I read her tweet that she put out there. It was a boast tweet, rightfully so. Like, for women of her age in Hollywood, they don't get roles like that. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal in the acting community. So that was the only film that I saw this weekend. I'm looking forward to Jonah Hill's mid-90s movie coming out next week. And the reason that I'm interested in it is because that was a very, very unique time period, because we were post-80s but before the millennial. And Jonah Hill is one of those children from that era. And I love his comedy. I love all the movies that he's in because it resonates with me in a certain way. So, those are my party years when I was out doing it in the mid-90s. So it should be a really interesting movie. From like Superbad to Pineapple Express, all those movies that he was a part of and had his hand in, all those movies were hilarious.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see this and see what's going on with him.
I'm trying.
And also,
go ahead.
No,
go ahead. I'm looking for something. Go ahead.
No, and I was also going to say that they're re-releasing Night of the Living Dead for Halloween. It's their 50th anniversary. I think I might want to see that in the theater, the original Night of the Living Dead, because I always enjoyed the movie. I'm a zombie freak, and I like that movie. And it's a cult classic. It's George Romero's very first one, and seeing it on the big screen in black and white might be a little powerful for me. I want to check it out.
I saw something over the weekend. It had someone posted, Michael Myers better kill his sister on Friday or let that shit go. It's been 40 years. Then Michael Myers commented, "Now, bitch, why are you worried about me? Period." I tell you, the internet is hilarious. It's hilarious.
So I saw something on TMZ where someone did a video. It was like a striptease act as Michael Myers.
Oh no!
They had on like a full costume, like they had the Michael Myers mask on, and then it was like a muscle suit. So it really looked like Michael Myers was like buff.
Wow!
And they were calling it Magic Michael Myers. Magic Michael Myers. Yeah, if you can find the video, check it out. It is hilarious because he's like doing sexy dance with a knife. It is really funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So I want to name out some things that are on Netflix because you know it's getting colder. You know, people don't like to be out in the streets as much.
Netflix and chill.
Stay home and
right.
Netflix and chill. You know. So there's a new series on Netflix called The Haunting of Hill House. Right in time for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into animation, there's a animated series on there called Big Mouth. It is hilarious. It's a little vulgar, but it's hilarious. This is the second season. And what else am I watching on Netflix? Making a Murderer. They put out the second season. Oh, my God. It's so good. You have to check it out. And, you know, we talked about that on the show, Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
And how dynamic the first season was.
Mm-hmm.
I've already just started digging into the second season. It's just as good, if not better. Check it out.
Okay. I want to shout out some shows that I'm watching on TV. I'm watching a show called A Million Reasons Why. Miss Parker's watching it as well. She was glad that I was watching. She talked to me about it. That's a great show. It's about pretty much a bunch of friends with these guys. They all met. They were stuck in an elevator years ago, 10 years ago, and they became best friends. And so their girlfriends and their wives, they formed this group. Well, one of the guys who was considered, I guess, the leader of the group, he commits suicide. And so he left behind his wife and his 2 kids. But it turned out his wife was having an affair with one of his best friends. And so it's like all these different things that happened. I think what they were trying to do, they were trying to find a dramatic show that competed with This Is Us, and this is their version of it, and it's really good. So I'm watching that. What else am I watching? I'm watching 911 with Angela Bassett. It comes on Monday nights. It is a great show. This is season 2. Great show. What else? This Is Us is back, so I'm watching that as well. That's still.
I had to give This Is Us a break, Stephen. For a minute
I mean, you cry every episode.
Crying.
Yeah, every episode.
I got tired of crying.
Exactly. Every episode you crying. But yeah, so I'm watching those. I'm trying to think. Oh, Blackish is back. I'm watching that. Trying to think. I have to look at my DVR list. But yeah, but there's some great shows on TV. I'm glad they're making great, solid shows again. So
yes.
Check them out.
And do you watch Greenleaf?
I watch Greenleaf. That's good. That's really good.
Oh, listen, it's picking up.
Yeah. You know, Miss Parker, she started watching it from season 1. She didn't want to watch it initially because she thought it was just about a church family, and she, didn't want to deal with all that. But she started watching it, and she said, "This is good. This is good." Right. So I think she's like on season 2 now. But yeah, so she's watching that as well. And Black Love, do you watch that on OWN? Black Love?
I've seen a couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not consistent with it, but what I've seen of it, I love it.
Yeah, it's good too.
Love it.
A lot of good shows. out there, and a lot of good things on Netflix as well. So, as always, Chike, anything else you want to discuss?
No, I just want to tell people where to find me. You can find me everywhere at Chike Evans and at Absolutely Chike. Check me out. Hit me up. Let's talk movies.
Let's talk. Let's talk. All right, Chike, as always, thank you for letting us know what to save our money on and what not to. And I have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right, right back after this.
Interruptions from the phone.
You got my body feeling eager, dripping like I got a fever. Yeah.
No distractions for the girl, 'cause you know what I prefer. Those famous 3 letters.
Ooh, you and I gon' do it right. Ooh. What else to gon' do?
neighbors witness how we put it down like this. From the bedroom to the kitchen, your love's like high definition. It's gonna be you and I for the rest of our lives. Those simple three letters go so ham together.
This is Janera, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Janera, how's it going?
Great. No complaints.
Did you have a good weekend?
Complaints. I did, yes, I did.
Awesome.
I got a massage yesterday, which was needed.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Not at all.
So, how are you adjusting to the weather change? It's got a little cooler now.
It tried to take me out last week, but I overcame. And, now I'm doing a little better. But, yeah, because, usually when that weather hits, it's like, issue city when it comes to any type of weather. Yeah, I did everything I could.
Well, that's
Took
good.
all the cold medicine in the world, and I'm okay now.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, go ahead. I know you have some great
you.
things for us, so I'll let you take it away.
I do, and hopefully this will make up for me being out last week.
Yes.
So Target is having a sale, and this is going to sound really, really silly, but I'm looking at a lot of home goods right now, so I'm just in that kind of mood. But they're having a sale right now, so now through Tuesday. And if you shop there, you can save on curtains. So if anybody's looking for any type of window treatments, they're 30% off at Target. And this is an online-only sale, so that's going to make shopping for you guys much easier. Neiman Marcus Last Call is having a sale right now, and if you shop there, you can get an extra 30% off of everything. Saks Fifth Avenue is also having a sale. Saks Fifth Avenue off 5th. And if you shop there now, you can get an extra 40% off of outerwear and cold weather accessories. And again, this is an online-only sale, and I think you'll find that that's pretty much the theme of today's sale for the most part. Macy's is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get an extra 30% off of select items. The Limited is having a customer appreciation event, and if you shop there now, you can get 40% off of clothing, plus you can get an extra 20% off of everything. J. Crew is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get 40% off of coats, sweaters, and boots, plus you can get 25% off of everything else. This is online only, so use code BUNDLEUP at checkout. Carter's is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get 50 to 60% off of everything. Off of their outerwear and cold weather accessories. Plus, you can get an extra 25% off of your purchase of $50 or more. And if you're shopping online, just use code Get Cozy at checkout. Crazy 8, which is a kids store. Of course, I'm all into my kids stuff now. It's having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get an extra 20% off of your entire purchase. The Children's Place is having a sale today only, and if you shop there now, you can get 75% to 80% off of their clearance items. Gymboree is also having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get 20% off of your entire purchase. Old Navy, if you shop there now, you can get 30% off of everything online, or if you shop in the store, you can get 20% off of everything. Gap is also having a sale, and if you shop there, you can get 40% off of everything in the store. Plus, you'll get an extra 10% off your purchase on top of that. This is also an online-only sale, so you have to use code THANKS at checkout. Today is the last day to shop Banana Republic and get 50% off of all of their sale items. Plus, you can get 40% off of all of their regular priced items. And last but not least, Express is having an online-only sale, and you can get 40% off of everything.
Awesome. A lot of sales. I guess people are getting ready for Christmas, huh?
Yes, it is, and that's exactly what I put on my site. Hopefully this will get everybody, jump-started.
Exactly. They can find all that on budgetshopaholic.com, correct?
They surely can.
All right, Janelle. Well, thank you as always. You have a great week, okay?
Okay.
Okay. We'll be right back after
You too,
this.
Steven.
Thank you.
Moving, girl, I wanna talk to you. You drive me crazy. Just let me know what else I can do to come for you. What you drinking? Patron shots all around. What I'm thinking now, what I'm thinking, damn thinking. One shot ain't gon' hurt you, so I told her wait, I'll bring more rounds. Patron, girl, I heard you. Keep taking shots till we fall out. They don't deserve you. Keep your flight, we can ball out. I'll be the first to show you what good vibes is all. I can't wait to get you home. Keep on pouring shots of Patron, Patron, whatever. Bartender, bring me more Patron, whatever. We'll pass out on the floor. Patron. Some flicks, you can sit with the stars. They know what we sip when we get to the bar. She wanna dance and wine like she wanna live tomorrow. Girl, when I'm with you, we living life with no care now. Girl, it won't hurt you. Hop in the ride, let your hair down. You got some nerve to be looking so good, girl, you stand out. I see the thirst too, but those other guys can't compare. I can't wait to get you home. Keep on pouring shots of Patron, Patron, whatever. Bartender, bring me more Patron, whatever. We'll pass out on the floor. Patron, whatever. Patron, whatever. You can take a trip to the big on my yacht. They know what we sip when we get to the bar. You could take a trip, you could take a trip, you could take a trip to the big on my yacht. They know what we sip, they know what we sip, they know what we sip when we get to the bar. You can't take me, yeah. They know what we, yeah. You could take a trip, you could take a trip to the big on my yacht. They know what we sip, they know what we sip, they know what we sip
This is Miss Parker, and you're listening to the Stevie Knight Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Hey, Ron Cosby, how's it going?
Man, I survived the midterms.
Yeah, how'd they go?
They went all right.
Okay.
They went A's.
Of course.
I mean, what would you expect? Anything?
That's all you get is A's, which is awesome.
Yeah. Now, it was hard. This was the hardest midterms that I've had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, it was all worth it. I studied hard.
Yeah.
I got,
Paid
I
off.
got my grades and it's paid off definitely.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
It's the Giants. Who's gonna win?
Oh, the Giants.
You lost all hope, huh?
Flushed down the toilet.
Right. Wow.
I mean, just okay. They're not gonna make the playoffs. They're just not. They are too far in the hole. The Saints are just playing out of this world, and they're only getting better and better and better. The Panthers, they find a way to win games.
Yeah.
They were down, and I thought that it was over, and then they came back and they beat the Eagles. So the Falcons don't have that. Once they start losing, it's over. Like
It's a wrap.
They're down. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So it's over. Even though they are at home, and the Giants are not good either, but I just feel that the Giants are going to pull out a victory because it's the Falcons.
Yeah.
The Falcons do what they do, that 28-3 magic. And
You can't get over that, huh?
Nope.
What's it going to take for you to get over that?
Them winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing less.
This is a little outside of sports, but what do you think about the controversy over the halftime show? Did you hear that Rihanna was originally asked to perform, and she turned it
I
down
heard about that.
because of Colin
Yeah.
Kaepernick and support? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Maroon 5 is doing it, but they've asked, but Amy Schumer took to social media and stated that they should boycott the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts?
Well, okay. Everybody's not built to boycott.
Right.
Some people just, what I'm saying, that's not their thing, and it doesn't mean that they aren't
For the cause.
supportive
Right.
of the cause.
Mhm.
It's just that they're not. They could be doing other things behind the scenes that we don't even know of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like that. Yeah. So, Riri, kudos. Hey, she's like, I'm not going there. I don't need the NFL. That's just Riri though. That's how she's built. Like she's just that person.
Right.
She's just that type of woman.
And I didn't realize that you didn't get paid to do it. It's more for exposure.
And you don't get paid.
Yeah.
No, you do not get. So she's like, why am I going to do something? And I'm not going to get paid, but you end up making money on the back end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, the exposure.
Well, apparently Maroon 5 they support military families because the NFL does a lot for the military. So I think that's why they opted to perform. Yeah.
I have no problem with them performing. I mean, if it's not Beyonce or Jay-Z or if it's no disrespect to Maroon 5, but it's kind of like Coldplay? That's what it is. Yeah. If they didn't pull out Bruno Mars and Beyonce, it would have been over.
Yeah.
No one would have really watched, other than
Exactly.
hardcore Coldplay fans. Like, I'm not gonna watch the halftime show anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. What's it to you? Right.
Let them, you know what I'm saying? Like, let them get they shine on their halftime moment on whatever.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna hate on them for it.
Right.
I'm just not. So
yeah,
I'm not hate on them.
Okay.
So yeah. Did you hear about Ray Caruth? Do you know who Ray Caruth is?
That's the one who got out of jail.
Got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
He was in prison.
Yeah, for setting up his pregnant girlfriend, and
yes,
yeah,
for having her murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And his unborn
son.
But his son actually survived. So,
but he had cerebral palsy and some other things because of the blood they got in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So, just in case some of our listeners don't know who we are talking about, this happened almost 20 years ago.
Right.
Actually, it happened at the end, I think it was in November, December of 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Ray, at the time, he was a wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Popular player, talented. I mean, just the sky was the limit. He was really on his way to really being a household name. And he was dating this young lady by the name of Miss Adams, Tamika Adams? No, Sharika Adams. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Please forgive me if that's not how it's pronounced, but I believe it is. Her last name is Adams, so I'll refer to her as Miss Adams.
Right.
So Miss Adams and Ray were dating. She got pregnant. I believe that he wanted her, or he talked about possibly having her to terminate the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
She said no. She was going to keep her baby, and she thought that they were cool. He was like, okay, I'll be there, I'll support you, whatever. And they had went to the movies one night, and she was eight months pregnant. They were driving home. They were driving in separate cars. She was, I believe, driving behind him. And he stops, and then I think there was an SUV that pulled up beside her, and they just shot at her car. And she got hit, I believe, 4 times. And she actually was alive and had the presence of mind, because somebody like myself would have probably been, just in shock.
Right.
But she actually called. She had her cell phone. She called the police, and they all came. The ambulance came. They took her to the hospital. She was in a coma, and she died
4 weeks
a month later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were able to save her son. But due to all of the trauma and everything, he, just like Steven said, he suffered brain injuries, and he now has cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
I believe there's some other things. Yeah, so he's he's had to suffer for a while. So anyway, Ray is out, and Ray now wants to get this, y'all. He wants to petition the court for full custody of his son.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is the same son who he was found guilty of, I don't know if it was necessarily murdering his mother, but he was guilty of conspiring. He was guilty of masterminding the murder. He didn't actually pull the trigger, but he was behind it. He orchestrated it.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that he has the goal to actually want to petition the court for custody of his son that he wanted dead is What is your take?
Well, here's the thing. So apparently, the young lady's mother raised the son, who's 19 now.
Mother, right?
Mm-hmm, who's 19 now, and she actually was gonna. She said that she forgave him for the murder, or for setting it up, and she was going to allow him to be in the son's life. But apparently, a few years ago, because he had made this known a few years ago that he wanted custody of his son when he got out.
Mm.
But a few years ago, he said something to the press that you're old anyway, you're not going to live long, you might as well just sign over the rights. And that's what made her not, because she had planned on bringing the son today for his release. But after he said that a few years ago, she decided not to come. So people think that she's still going to allow in time, them to have a relationship, but I doubt she's going to sign over the rights, because she's raised them. I mean, that's a lot of work raising a child, special needs child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. I mean, can we at least get some common sense?
Right.
Why in the world would any judge allow the man who was found guilty of orchestrating the murder of his son's mother and in essence of his son to then have custody of the dead son? It makes no sense. Come on.
Right.
Now, I'm all for him having
relationship. Yeah, visitation.
And have relationship. Visitation, meaning that you come to where he is. He's not going to your house, meaning the son. He's not going to Ray's place. It's going to be a supervised visitation at the choosing of Miss Adams' mother. That's it. You're not going to keep him overnight. Like, how can you trust him?
Right.
You can't trust this. No, that trust is done.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Done. Sorry. Nah. No, sir. Because at the end of the day, it's about Miss Adams' son's best interest.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
Period. And I'm sorry, I don't want him to be with the man who, again, planned and orchestrated the murder of his mother.
Exactly.
And again, the attempted murder of him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, not
Just because he didn't want to pay child support.
All because he didn't want to. And that's all because he didn't want to pay child support.
Yeah.
And this man was making lots of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if he wasn't making nothing but minimum wage, you don't do that.
No.
Period. You just don't do that, man. That's sick. That's some sick stuff, man. That's sick.
Well, listen, we got to get ready to wrap.
The guys actually went along with it.
They did it exactly. Yeah.
So, but anyway,
we got to get
a whole nother. We can talk about that a whole nother time. But anyway,
we got to get ready to wrap. But I want you to talk. I want you to talk about the fight between the Lakers.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. That was some bullshit, man. It was, okay.
Say what happened.
Okay, so happened. It was the
Saturday
fourth
night.
Quarter. Saturday night game. Lakers, Rockets, prime time. I mean, it was a juicy game, meaning that it was just good. It was like, all right, in NBA, thank y'all. Y'all getting us ready early. All right, I was all for it. Again, fourth quarter, maybe 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was maybe 4 minutes, 4 or 5, 6 minutes left in the game. It was a pretty close game at that time. And then what happened was that I believe that a player it was James Harden. James Harden was going for a layup. He got fouled by Ingram. I think his first name is it James Ingram? Anyway, Ingram. I say Ingram. Ingram didn't like the fact that he was called for the foul because I think that he thought that James Harden maybe had pushed off on him and that it should have been an offensive foul. And B, Ingram just didn't like the fact that I guess Harden was I think that he felt that Harden was being too aggressive and kind of chippy and whatever. So then Ingram goes and I believe that he pushes a player. I don't know if he pushed Harden, but I believe that he went to push Harden. He pushes Harden, pushes somebody. All right. Then after that, Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo get into it, and it's alleged that Rondo spat
in his
Chris
face.
Paul.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on the playback.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did it real light, and I mean he if you can say smart about it, but he knew the cameras were on him, so he did it real light. But you saw it come out. Yeah, they zoomed in.
One of those like goobers.
No, it was like it was enough. You saw it though, but I don't even think it hit him. But he said it hit him. That's what he said immediately when they went to the locker rooms.
Hey,
but go ahead.
Once somebody spits on you, in my view, all bets off. Then that's when it's just ass whooping time.
But then he didn't swing on him at first. Chris Paul didn't swing on him. All he did was he pointed his finger in his face, and that's when Rondo swung on him.
And then Rajon did like a 2-piece or something. Well, he tried to do maybe like a 2-piece. I think it was like a 1-piece and maybe like a half of a wing or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw just it was kind of silly. Just girl, you hit me. You hit me. It was.
Well, they were suspended. Paul got suspended for 2 games for poking Rondo in the face, and Rondo was suspended 3 games for spitting and throwing multiple punches, and Ingram received 4-game ban for starting the whole thing. Now there was some controversy, one over the suspension that people thought it would be more because Carmelo Anthony, he was suspended for 15 games back in December 2006 for throwing a punch in the game, and he said that he's happy that they didn't get suspended as long, but he was shocked it was that minimum. Now, people were getting on LeBron James because LeBron James tried to break up the fight, but he grabbed Rondo, who he has a relationship with, pulled him, and they were saying that he should have pulled his teammates back, not Rondo.
Rondo is his teammate.
I mean, not Rondo, Anthony. He pulled Anthony, and they said he should have pulled Rondo, but apparently him and Anthony were
No, I believe that.
I mean, not Andy.
Chris
I'm
Paul.
sorry. Chris Paul. I'm getting the names mixed up. Chris Paul. But they have a relationship.
They're really, really good.
Apparently, that's his son's godfather.
What it is, I wasn't bothered by that because at the end of the day, LeBron James is going to do what the fuck LeBron James wants to do.
Right.
And which is, like, why? How you going to dictate who I pull off or whatever? I know.
And he was trying to help regardless of what he was doing.
My boy.
Right.
I think what it was, he wanted to try to talk some sense into Chris, like, Chris, chill. Like, chill, calm down, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he would have probably went to Rajon, whatever. But there's other teammates other than LeBron James.
Exactly. Well, and the main thing was he was trying to break up the fight. He was trying to break up the fight. You know what I mean? He was
trying to break up the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people. Let's focus on that. He was trying to break up the fight. He could have just stood there.
Yeah.
Like James Harden did.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, James Harden was like, I don't see nothing. I don't know
What's it tell me? Right.
Mm-hmm. He was way back in the back.
Right.
He wasn't getting that beard touched. It wasn't happening.
Exactly.
So yeah, Bron did his thing. Whatever. He pulled whoever he wanted to pull back. Whatever.
Right.
Do you, Bron? Do you, bro? Do you? So in case people don't know, the Lakers lost that game.
Yeah.
And they're looking kind of rusty, but again, it's early in the season.
It's early season.
Ron, this is his first season there. It's going to take a while. There are some more pieces that aren't even there yet. I believe. I think there's going to be some more trades that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take a minute. So people don't be disappointed just because they're not winning a lot of games yet.
Right.
Give it time. Give it time. So,
all right.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I got, man, in sports.
Appreciate you, Aaron, as always. And have a great week, okay?
Same to you, man.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
Doctor E.
Been a long time coming out. I overcame all the drama now. I'm going strong on my bounce back. My setback got me on track. Now every day it's a new task. Face my fears covered up underneath the mask. I had to ease my mind from the crazy shit, adjusted for the perfect fit. Scars from my past, but surrounded with the counterfeit. All I need in this life is me. No stress, no pain, feel free. Look around, up and down, can't you see? All I need is me. Let me catch the grips, control my attitude, let me lock my lips. And when they pop the clips, I push the anchor down, then I rock the ship. Yo, I been smoking steady, tripping, get the sipping. Told them, listen, I ain't ready for the petty. When I dodge it, I stay ready. Fatal humble, keep
keep it heavy, stay low key. Call me shady, I ain't with it, I ain't with it. Tell them critics, I ain't with it. It was kinda hard for me to see. Dreaded pain turn to misery. Lack of love in the families. Jealousy from my enemies. I had to keep it going. Shoulder weight maxed out, keep it flowing. Then I rise above it. Bragging rights, longer nights, I put nothing for it. Chuck. All I need in this life is me. No stress, no pain, feel free. Look around, up and down, can't you see? All I need is me. All I need in this life is me. No stress, no pain, feel free. Look around, up and down, can't you see? All I need is me. Yeah. All I need is ain't nobody out here living for me. 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 This recovery. So now I'm headed to recovery. Way to recovery. I'm headed to recovery. So now I'm headed to recovery. Gotta recover me. Now I'm headed to All I need is me. All I need in this life is me. No stress, no pain, feel free. Look around, up and down, can't you see? All I need is me.
half a day, and now somebody's on your side of the bed tray. And I didn't wanna have to take it there, but you play too much. So I guess it's in the game. EA. And what am I supposed to say? I know you did me dirty, but we can make it work. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. I know we got our problems and need to go away your worries. Let's just sit and talk about it over McGee's McFlurry. One thing's for hot damn certain. This plays a rap. You can go and close them curtains, and this is a mess. Starting with yourself first. I am dropping bad habits, starting with the very worst. Now it's on to the next one. African American, Puerto Rican, Swedish, French lover, or a German. I'm really determined. All kinds of moves. Ever since we've been done, I've had so much to do.
What's up, y'all? We are June's Diary, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
Well, that's our show. I want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I want to thank Tai Hustle for joining us. Don't forget to go to our website, thestephenknightshow.com, for more information about him. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace and good night.